At your release.
Oh, hello there. Hi and hello, friends. It's me, your old pal Voltaire. It's Friday night, and it's time for the mic drop where you get the best content in the space and you get friendship. You know, how's your 2025 been, everybody? Have you accomplished all your goals? We're getting ready to hit the last quarter. Get started if you haven't. You can't accomplish everything in one day, but today's a great day to start. Please remember that the mic drop is a oh my God, I forgot the thing. The mic drop is a free-flowing conversation that oftentimes touches on mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh man, that's all right, Voltaire. You usually do really good. Great sentiment. Yeah. We're approaching fourth quarter. I have to say that just your intro there made me reflect. I've actually done shit this year. You know, my resolution. I always say my favorite holiday is New Year's because I try to do stuff and then I always backslide. Not this time, 2025. So I'm working on my, health, my physical, my weight.
Hang on one second back. Everybody, this is the friendly banter section of the show where the co-hosts share their love for one another and we just chat it up. So go ahead. You're saying, so that was one of your goals at the beginning of the year?
That made me really think. It's always a goal of mine to get healthy and lose weight, but I actually did it this year and I'm not sliding backwards. I'm basically at 100 pounds lost still.
Amazing.
I'm also touching grass. I'm meeting people in real life too. Outside of YouTube. I still have my YouTube friends, but that is also taking up a lot of time. Oh God, Callie just started right when we went live. Hold on.
Put her up on the couch next to you or some crap.
She won't do it. Callie, get over here. Callie, where is the chat? Where is everyone? We just have Sean Hickman. Thank you, Sean. I haven't streamed in a few days and everyone leaves.
Wow. Gosh. Well, people are busy. It's the summer,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I was talking, it's I feel something in the air. We're heading into the last quarter of the year, everybody. And before you know it, it's going to be Thanksgiving, Halloween. They're already putting up the Halloween stuff in the stores. You know what I mean? And don't wait till the end of the year to say I'm going to do something on New Year's and be one of these people who's in the gym on January 3rd. Start now. Finish the year strong. Do what you got to do. Things are happening in this world and you want to be around for them, and we're on the eve of this AI thing. And it's at the phase where, people say stuff like, I'll never get into a robotic taxi and just let it drive. There's a time period, everybody, where back in the old days of the internet, people said, I'm never going to talk to a stranger on the internet. That's crazy. I'll just call my friends or I'll meet people. Or there was a time I met a girl back in the day on online dating and we went on a couple of dates and then she took me to a party to meet her friends and she was terrified to tell them we met online. She's like, we can't meet online. We have to come up with a backstory. We had to develop a whole backstory, right, of how we met because she was mortified of the fact that she met a man online. Yeah. So my point is times change, everybody. Embrace it.
Embrace AI too.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
AI will, can help you with your skills.
Right. And that's where we are with AI.
Yeah.
The early days of the internet.
What's going on with the entertainment news this week? We got Bo DeMayo. We could talk about We could talk about James Gunn versus Scoopers and Jeff Sneider going hot.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan. Max's Stranger Danger. Larry Quartquitz. Hey,
Have
Larry.
you ever met anyone on Craigslist? From Craigslist back in the day? No?
No.
Well, you weren't single.
No.
Mm.
I'm thinking about going to bars and clubs too. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fun.
I haven't really done that.
I was telling Max I had the opportunity to see the Spin Doctors, the Jim Blossoms, and Blues Traveler tonight, but I passed.
I mean, I'm glad because you're here with me. That would be fun. Was there any ladies going with you? You could have.
Yeah, it was going to be a small group. But that wasn't. It was just about going out with friends and going to see a live show. And
Spin Doctors and what was the other ones?
Jim Blossoms and Blues Traveler.
They make those panties drop though. Come on, folks.
Yeah, everybody knows a few songs of theirs. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of any of them. I certainly owned the Jim Blossoms, a big album.
Yeah, I own both.
I think I own the Spin Doctors album too, the big one too, at one point. Yeah. But of course I know the Blues Traveler songs. No, I haven't looked into it yet, Larry, but I will. I promise. I forgot.
Yeah. We could start out with this Jeff Sneider thing. He is gone. I didn't watch this whole clip. I saw clips of this on X. He basically threatens James Gunn. I
didn't think it was real at first. I was like, is this AI?
No. He basically threatens James Gunn with his bullshit. Because listen here. We're the most unbiased and brutally honest here. I don't have any inside sources for scoops. I think it does help the industry. It is strange how anti-scoop James Gunn is. And it's to his detriment for sure.
He should be having more fun with it, I think.
So for one thing here, what the scoopers were saying is about the Matt Reeves script, where this is coming from. Jeff Sneider, and I think even Grace Randolph confirmed what Jeff Sneider is saying.
Right.
About in the Batman 2 script, there's Robin. And all the Gunn nuts that love James Gunn, and a lot of the Gunn fans are also anti-scooper, if you notice. Like Crazy Joe. He's like, if it's a scooper, it's a lie.
I didn't even know he was a particularly big James Gunn fan, but I know he hates scoopers.
Oh, Joe, yeah, he's a big James Gunn fan. So I am the James Gunn translator here. He does not say that Robin is not in the Batman 2 script. Look at what James Gunn actually says here. And this is where all the James Gunn fans are like, see, he debunked it. He did not debunk it. He says, stop believing this nonsense. I think 6 of us have read the script. No one knows anything about Batman 2. Does he say there that Robin's not in it?
No, but what is he responding to, Max, for context? Do we know? Or we don't?
It's about the Robin rumor.
Okay, somebody posted the Robin.
I think this is something different on the bottom about contradicted Daniel RPK about Ultraman being a villain in a Superman movie. And in the end, he was there. Yeah, all the stuff that James Gunn has tried to debunk in the past was right about Superman. It's just the way he said it. Even the Middle East thing, there was like a fictional country there that was very similar to things going on there. Remember, he went after Grace Randolph. He's like, not true. That's not the main focus of the movie. So he does this stuff all the time. So for the Batman 2, did you like the Batman?
Yeah, sure. It was good.
Okay, do you think it would be good to have Robin? I think it's very plausible.
I'm always interested in how they would bring Robin, because the character is so kind of can be campy and silly. So I'm always interested to see how good filmmakers will bring the character. So yeah, I'd be fine with them bringing it.
The reason
I love the concept of it.
The reason I think there's a strong possibility that he is in it is that's something else, because everyone's done Joker. Everyone's done certain villains and done their take. This is something else that Matt Reeves can differentiate from Christopher Nolan, that Christopher Nolan did. They kind of teased it by The Dark Knight Rises, that one character, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, could be a Robin type character, but they didn't do it. So this is another way that, they got Robin right. And he will get absolute praise for that. And honestly, the Batman 2, it needs to go to upward trajectory from the Batman 1 box office reception-wise. And I think Robin is something that could do that for it, you know?
I'd be fascinated to see, because Matt Reeves, what he's done, it's pretty dark and it's pretty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grounded, serious, whatever you want to call it. And it'd be interesting to see how he brings Robin. Robin has a tragic story, and the story of Bruce Wayne, you know, helping him out is an interesting one. And I'm curious to see how he would do that, and if he would follow the traditional story. Like, well, the Nolan one was going to be completely different, right? The way they did it. So
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm very intrigued by this scoop, and honestly, I'm not siding with. Well, I'm not going to say sides with scoopers. I believe more of the scoopers than James Gunn here, because if he was definitely not in the script, I think James Gunn would tell you. I'd say he's not there.
Yeah,
not stop believing nonsense. Only 6 people have read the script.
Can I tell you something too that some people are going to cuss me for saying? When Grace said it, that made me believe it. I feel like she's more reliable than some people. You know what I mean? I feel like her sources are pretty good, and she's careful about what she brings forward.
Yeah. It's not that hard to get sources if you've been in this industry. It's not. You talk to people. It's like,
yeah.
This most of the stuff is positive for the industry. There's some scoop stuff that tries to damage the film for people that really don't want it to succeed, but the majority of it really is free promotion. Yeah. Honestly.
Well, do you know, I've been trying, and this is behind the scenes, everybody. I try to bring stuff to everybody. I've been going through my channels in the legal field locally to see if I can find out about that Gina Carano settlement. Because I really want to know what's going on, if the settlement was just for Disney to make that statement, or if they actually have a project for her. It's
okay.
But I have not been successful as of yet, people, but I've got my feelers out there.
Okay, cool. Thanks for doing the crowd work there. Let me see. If Dick Grayson is in the Batman 2 and the Brave and the Bold has Damian Wayne and Nightwing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to contact Chillmonger about Annie. It's too late now, but
I don't know who that is.
He's the one that wanted to talk to Annie from the chat. Oh, he's another YouTuber.
Okay, well, maybe another time.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. Hi, Rhea.
Yeah, I will send you the link, Rhea, if you want to. If you don't, that's no problem, because we got a kind of a light night tonight. We have a collab tomorrow, so don't feel pressure to come on. But if you want, it's there and your Twitter. Okay, because we're going to talk about some movie news. Oh my goodness, Alien Earth.
I haven't seen it yet.
The best thing I've seen this year.
Oh, really? I'm just waiting for.
No, don't wait. Don't wait. It's
well, you know,
good.
hey, look, I was very excited about it because of the showrunner. Like the guy who did Legion.
Yeah.
Really, and he did some Fargo season, I think.
So good. It's actually my favorite Alien project.
So I'm not surprised.
I even might like it more than the movie Alien.
So yeah, see, I'm not that guy. Listen, if I was running a studio, whether it was Star Wars, whether it was Lucasfilm or Marvel or anything, I would have picked that guy out and I would have said, "Come on, let's talk. What do you want to do?" You know what I mean? And I don't know why nobody has. He's brilliant, and I'm not surprised. So that makes me feel good. I can't wait to watch it.
I definitely recommend it. I want to rewatch it again.
The one episode, really?
There's two. There's 2 episodes out. It's so good. Right. It's so good.
All right, maybe I'll start watching it.
All right, so this is what on the mic drop. Maybe you don't want, if you do come on, maybe you don't want to wait till after this, Rhea, because we're gonna listen to Jeff Sneider go off on James Gunn.
Has been taken down by the person, but James Gunn responded saying, "Guys, please stop believing this nonsense. I think 6 of us have read the script. No one knows anything about."
Not debunking anything. Again, just to reiterate, I'm the James Gunn translator. Everyone says, "Oh, he debunked it." No, he did not. He did not say he's not in the script. He says, "Stop believing rumors."
He called it nonsense.
What is he actually saying? Only 6 of us read the script and stop believing no one knows anything.
So I think you're right. He might be referencing that it's nonsense that anyone has any insider information. Only 6 of us have read this. Not that it's nonsense that Robin is in it.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I see your point.
Right. He's not saying, he's not debunking anything. Honestly, I think it gives more credibility that Robin probably is in it, because knowing James Gunn, he would want to tell people they're completely wrong. Right?
You know,
or,
I mean,
or at the very least wants to leave the door open just in case they decide to put him in later. You know, doesn't want to. You know, rob him.
Interesting.
All right, let's. I want to get to this point where Jeff Sneider,
Batman 2. Well, this is the hot mic, Jeff. So please,
He looks pissed already.
what's your? I know you responded back on Twitter saying you categorically did deny, but what more do you want to say on this and what happened?
I mean, are you sure it's 6, James, or is it 7?
Wasn't it 4 who knew his plans? Now
Could
it's
it be-
6 who's read the
Could
script.
it be 8? I mean, that's the thing. This is what I love about these people who say, "Oh, these people don't know anything." If they know it's just a guess, like,
Yeah.
Listen, I know who my source is. I know my source has been right about a whole bunch of stories that have been confirmed this week.
Yeah.
Same source as half the stories I've done the last couple weeks. So I know that Marvel denied that Robert Downey Jr. was Dr. Doom.
I remember.
Oh yeah, that was a big scoop too.
He likes to bring the receipts where he's been right, for sure. I don't blame him.
I think James Gunn does good on the internet now too, but this constant back and forth with scooping is weird. It is weird. But it's definitely a community, the anti-scooper community. They really dislike rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that hard to get a source on, oh, this character might be in it, or it's like, I'm like, here's the thing. Here's my message to you, James Gunn. Is it really that bad? James, I'm talking to you. I love you. I want to get Superman on physical media. I saw it twice in the theater. Is it really bad if people are saying a scooper said that Robin's going to be in a Batman movie? I mean, really, is that worthy of addressing? Why not just leave it out there? I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but Voltaire, do you see what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, Robin might be in a Batman movie. Okay, that's a fun topic.
Right.
Like, that's the worst things. You know?
Is it so bad that people are discussing these things unless he's...
Yes.
I don't know if his logic
Robin
is...
might be in Batman too. Oh my God. Stop believing this shit.
So let's analyze this, okay?
Yes.
Let's analyze this from both perspectives. First of all, let's pretend it's true.
Yeah.
So what? He's responding because he's pissed that it's leaked? Is that why he responds?
He doesn't want people to listen to rumors.
So then
He doesn't. I believe, based on his track record, he thinks no one should listen to anything unless it's the official source.
So if it's true, then it sounds like he's just pissed that things are getting leaked, right? Which I get, but why respond? That's my answer to that. If it's not true, why are you responding? Why aren't you just being quiet?
He set the precedent to respond to everything. His fans sent him everything now. There's no getting around it. He's got to comment on everything, which might help his brand. I don't know. You expect anything that comes out.
If you were in his position and these kind of leaks were coming out, how would you respond if it was true? And how would you respond if it was false? Yeah. And you want to have a
well,
Twitter
that
presence.
sounds great. I like Robin, but you didn't read the script. So that's what I would say. That's how I would handle it.
That sounds cool.
That would be, yeah. Oh, I love Robin, but no one's really read the script, and I'm not going to comment on it. And things change too. That's the other thing I would say. Things change.
But you'd respond either way if it was true or not. That's how you'd respond.
Yeah, I'd have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, oh my God, people are talking about Robin in a Batman movie. That's never happened before. Every time there's a Batman movie and they get to the sequel, like, are you going to bring in Robin? Every time,
right?
Regardless if you have a source or not. Like, what characters are you going to bring in? What you start with villains?
Correct.
The Bat family.
Is Joker in it this time? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to handle it. And I got to tell you that does sound like a better way to handle it than he does sometimes. All right.
I would say, as a fan of Robin, that sounds great, but no one's read the script except me and a few other people. And also things change. So I'm glad you're interested in Robin.
Okay. So what if
I'd like to bring Robin into the my universe too.
So what if, Max, pretend you're him again, okay?
Yeah.
What if somebody put, my sources tell me that Gal Gadot is coming back and she's not? How would you respond to that?
I would be honest. I would say, listen, I love Gal. We're doing something new. We're looking at casting new people. I wish her the best in her career, and I appreciate what she's done for Wonder Woman so far.
So yeah,
I would just pull that Band-Aid off, because one of the things that I think James Gunn struggles on is communication with talent and them not being on the same page with Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, David Ayer. They all have like a different vibe out of the conversation, and they're not on the same page. Look at him and Ben Affleck. Yeah, we want him to get him for something. He's like, I don't want to do anything with that.
I forgive him for how he handled initially taking over DC. That was the past, and it was a very strange time frame. You know what I mean? But yeah, he should. If something like that, he should quash it. Like, and just say, Gal was an amazing Wonder Woman. We have no plans for any work with her in the future. We wish her the best, or something like that. It's interesting.
Yeah, I would pull the Band-Aid off that, because it's pretty obvious. I mean, anything's possible. Just like I said, the Snyderverse returning is possible too. Highly unlikely based on the success of recent Zack Snyder output. Maybe when he finishes the 300 series and it's like people are raving about it, and it's as popular as Game of Thrones, then we revisit the Snyder stuff. I said the thing that's going to make this most likely to happen would be his next projects after the Snyder Cut to be super well received and blow up. And that didn't happen. Whether you liked it or not, it's not like people are still talking about Rebel Moon. What are we getting from Rebel Moon? Like it's the next Star Wars. Success leads to things, So right. I think the next shot is he has signed on for 300 series. If that's really well received, then we get talking again.
No, that's smarter. That's fine. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Jeff Sneider says here, because he's ready to go on it
for that.
I know that these people deny things that are true all the time.
Or
if it doesn't serve their interest, and today's
play semantic games and weasel words and stuff, like,
God, he's a smug bastard, isn't he?
I like him. What you got to survive in this business.
Yeah.
Listen, I have no shade towards Jeff. I don't care. If you get called a liar every freaking day, like aggressively.
Yeah.
Like
you have to dance on your W.
He at least admitted in this episode that he gets things wrong. Most scoopers don't want to do that.
Right.
He's like, I listed my sources. They're usually right. I could be wrong. It's not that serious. Like, I don't know why people blow their mind. They're always right. They're always wrong. No, This is what this is. And if you really know the industry, things change from day to day. There's a treatment. They decide one thing. They decide another. Contracts, getting new people in. Things change all the time. And then the people that want to expose scoopers, see, but at one point that scoop could have been correct. It just changed. Or it could have never been a thing too. That's another possibility. Yeah.
I tell you, I find him less obnoxious than Rocha though. So that's fine.
Oh, I love Rocha. I love how fire. I loved it when he called you son. And then he said something to me too.
Called everybody stupid. He's said everybody. He's made the whole man babies comment and all that kind. He goes all that kind.
Oh, he told me to grow a backbone or something. I'm like, okay.
All right.
I love the man. I don't care. You say what, Rocha. You could say whatever you want to me. I'm fine. I have thick skin. I don't care. Okay, let's see what he has to say here.
Monday, James Gunn will say this is nonsense. It's not Monday. If it's not in his interest to confirm it. I mean, unfortunately, James Gunn has proven himself to be about as trustworthy as Lance Armstrong in my book.
Oh,
well, that's interesting that he pulls out the Lance Armstrong. When he's talking about a liar, that reference that Lance Armstrong is the one, because he doped up and he was cheating in biking races. Of all the liars to whatever bring up, it's an interesting choice for the reference. But anyway, I thought that was funny.
I want to get to the point where he says, "I can end you."
I don't care. What? Either way, I mean, first of all, how many people were like, "Oh, it's probably not Robin. It's probably Dick Grayson," or who? It could.
He. There's lots of ways he could do weasel out of really committing to these things.
Yeah. And guys, everybody, watch Sneider. Watch this This is like the Incredible Hulk transformation. You're gonna watch now. because he's kind of having fun with it right now, right? Watch what happens if you haven't seen this already.
Just be a technicality that he's denying. I felt like the denial part of it was just like, don't believe any nonsense about like the general impressions that my source had heard about the script.
Yeah.
I don't think if they'd read it themselves.
Yeah.
I think if they know people who have read it.
Yeah.
I think there are assistants.
Listen, I also want to say this. Yes, there's probably 6 people that have read it. And you know what those 6 people do? They're like, oh, I read the Batman 2 script to all their friends. They say it's really good. Robin's in it. And that's how you get a source, because people like to talk.
Uh-huh.
Just imagine the panelists around MME. If one of us, especially RJ, think if RJ read the script, everybody would know.
Mm-hmm.
Just the impression.
And
people are very similar.
And what he's hinting at here, those 6 people, they all have assistants.
Yes.
And maybe one of those assistants, she showed her boyfriend. It's like, hey,
they didn't have to even show the script. They could have just said, oh, I read the script. It's really good. Robin's in it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's all.
Right. And then somebody goes to dinner with somebody, say, yeah, I got a friend who works in the industry. They said Robin's the next Batman. You know, it happens.
Yeah. You take the bullet points of the script. Like, what? Okay, you liked it. All right. Who's in it? What villain? What hero? You know, RJ. Oh my God! If RJ ever read the script, he's like, so everyone.
Well, no. If RJ got it through official channels, he would not be. You know.
Yeah.
He'd be careful.
Right. Okay. So this is great here.
Who have read it and assistants talk and things of this nature.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things I was told unequivocally. Robin's in the script. You know, for all I know, Matt Reeves and James Gunn are still fighting about what's in the script.
Right.
I mean, you know, if this was Matt Reeves,
there is implication there that they're not, you know, that they're, that they are going back and forth on what should be in the Batman, because ultimately, yes, Matt Reeves could do what he wants, but because of his contract came first, but it has to go through the approval process of Gunn. That's a pretty shitty thing to go through. I know they're both creatives,
right?
But he'd be like, I want to use this villain. I want to use, you know. So, oh wow, we got some gifted memberships. Awesome, Larry. Let me bring this up here. Appreciate the support here. And yeah, me and Larry, we got to meet up soon. We're talking about going to concerts, doing more reactions. We had a great time the other day. Okay, so Mama Bear Doll, we love Mama Bear, was gifted a membership. Mikey XF23, Nerdy Geek, Ratpour. Ratpour really needed that gifted membership. I understand about it. Vincent Moore was gifted a membership by Larry Korkwitz. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and send your girlfriend that video. I actually showed Voltaire behind the scenes too, about that Calva Louise, you know. Okay, let me bring this back up here. Okay, and I'm actually thinking about seeing Nobody. Did you know that movie Nobody? That's kind of like
I saw the first one.
Yeah. That second trailer is really good. I might see that. Okay, let's see what else he has to say here.
His thing, I want to do Robin and do Robin right, because literally, not Robin Wright, the actress, but justice, because he's never been done justice on the big screen.
Right.
Before.
That's exactly why I think it's plausible. I think that's going to differentiate Matt Reeves. I really do.
Interesting.
They've really made the Penguin something more too. Like, honestly, the Riddler was just okay. The Penguin was the standout, really, based on, you know, and if they get Robin done right, that's really going to elevate the Reeves verse, right?
If he gets Robin, yeah.
If they get Robin done right, that's going to be like, oh, he's going to get extra props, you know?
See, like Nightwing seems more like up his alley, but if they bring in Robin and he does it right, that would be super duper impressive.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, agreed.
Right, and James Gunn is like, oh well, I was kind of planning on using, you know, Robin in my Batman movie or whatever. Like,
yeah,
who knows if these two are going at each other?
That could be the reason. This is very next level. Honestly, I think Sneider is onto something. So what if Robin was in the script? And now, because of Batman the Brave and the Bold, James Gunn wants to bring in Batman 2 at the same time. Right. And they're fighting over it. They're like, okay, it's bad enough that we're gonna have 2 Batmen, and if we both bring in Robin at the same time, it's going to be very confusing to the audience.
Absolutely.
So, because he did not say that Robin's not in it, he said only stop believing nonsense. Maybe they are deciding on Robin, and because it's not officially out of his mouth, or it's not officially filming, he doesn't think people should discuss it. So I actually think there's a strong possibility that there's discussions about Robin because Batman the Brave and the Bold had to do with the Bat family. Who are you bringing in from the Bat family? You have your Batman movies, you have your villains who you're going to use because they got to check with each other, which does not help for creativity. Like, you already have to check with DC when you do certain things, the DC Comics end. But now you got to check with James Gunn too about who you can and you can't use, storylines. You don't want to do, if you do Matt Reeves the Batman and then you bring Batman the Brave and the Bold, you don't want to do a similar storyline in your Batman, right?
Yeah. So I've said this from the beginning and I'll stand by it. Why would James Gunn like the Matt Reeves universe? There's nothing for him to like about it. It's a side project that's popular and that he doesn't control, you know? He would have been happy with it to be finished after the first movie. So these sorts of things that you're discussing, these sorts of conflicts, this is exactly why
it could be Robin. It might not be bad. Be like, oh, you wanted to bring in Robin? I was going to bring in Robin. Right?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Or if he brings in Robin, it completely takes away a certain aspect for him. Or even if he still does it, it's going to be compared to the one he brought in. Like there's lots of problems. Like it's not just him using Batman and Catwoman and the villains, you know? So it's a big problem for James Gunn.
Yeah. Very interesting stuff here. And I honestly would love this. I'm just happy Matt Reeves we still have to see if it's actually going to film. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Matt Reeves, the Batman 2, more than James Gunn's next DC project, honestly.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking for Supergirl more than Matt Reeves. But it goes Supergirl, Matt Reeves, the Batman 2, and then James Gunn's Super Family. You know? Yeah. All right, here we go.
I mean, it's hunky-dory. We all sing Kumbaya. You can believe that if you want. I do not.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, we haven't seen Robin since what, the Chris O'Donnell days?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck are they waiting for? When I was a kid, someone was Batman and someone was Robin.
Right.
When you were playing with your friends. One of you had to be one and one of you had to be the other. And it's crazy that we've gone this long with all these Batman movies and barely ever seen Robin, certainly never gone to good Robin.
Right.
So I think it would make sense for it to be in the script. I think Matt Reeves set up things in the Batman that would potentially introduce Robin. It passed my smell test, and I don't give a fuck what James Gunn says anymore. This guy is the most annoying.
Doesn't give an F what James Gunn says anymore.
Rewind it just a bit.
Yeah, this is where he goes off. Okay.
But yeah, to me,
and I don't want to do too many reactions on this show, but this is why this is significant, because Jeff Sneider's one of the more reasonable scoopers. He helps promote DC. You know, you keep it in the conversation. That's really, I would be working with scoopers. You know what I would do? I would mess with them too. I would give false scoops and rumors too that is mess everyone up.
Really?
I'd be doing all kinds of stuff if I was in charge. Absolutely. I would be having a blast. I'd be like, oh, wow, Robin and Batman 2. Interesting, everyone. You know, why not? Why fight it? People want to know. Even the anti-scoopers want to know. They love to shoot rumors down. There's a desire to talk about this stuff, whether you're for or against it. Everyone talks about this stuff. You know, water cooler moments.
Robin since what, the Chris O'Donnell days? Like, what the fuck are they waiting for? When I was a kid, someone was Batman and someone was Robin.
Right.
When you were playing with your friends, one of you had to be one and one of you had to be the other. it's crazy that we've gone this long with all these Batman movies and barely ever seen Robin, certainly never gone to good Robin.
Yeah.
So I think it would make sense for it to be in the script. I think Matt Reed's set up things in the Batman that would potentially introduce Robin. It passed my smell test, and I don't give a fuck what James Gunn says anymore. This guy is the most annoying studio head I've ever heard of or met or seen or anything. I don't think it's winning him any fans. I don't think it's winning him fans on the Warner Brothers a lot, where I know people find him and his antics to be annoying.
Oh, whoa!
Wow.
He says a source at Warner Brothers lot says they're annoyed with James Gunn's antics online. I don't know if I believe that one. Like, why would Warner Brothers care as long as they're getting money? I don't think they
You
care.
can always find somebody who hates the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just, like, I don't think, as long as they get money and they're not talking about this, I do think that the executives got annoyed with the Sneider stuff. Like, stop talking about our failures. Stop talking about where we effed up. I do think they got annoyed with that. But debunking rumors or stuff, I don't, Okay.
Really?
Bro, your movie is probably going to get to $600 million.
Right.
Take that W, if we want to call it, and shut up.
Yeah. I will say this too. Both sides, and people get mad at me for saying both sides. Both sides are effing annoying. It's not a failure. It's not a success. As much as I love you, RJ, it's not like it's profitable. There's a lot of merch sales. There's a lot of, it's being talked about a lot, but it's not like a super hit Superman. It's not.
No,
it's enough to move forward.
And it's a good start to the franchise, to the James Gunn.
But both sides are annoying. Like it's a failure. It's under, you don't know, like how Sean works says there's all kind of incentives, tax breaks to bring down the cost, product tie-ins, licensing.
It's going to make money on digital, and it's all that. But like to say that the box office is a success, no, it needed $700 million to do that, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not. They're not jumping for joy at Warner Brothers with these results.
No,
they're not cowering in fear either.
No,
just like, okay, we could do some more stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I ultimately like. I'm not. It's so weird. People like to frame and build their narratives. Like it's not either.
People like to deal in absolutes, right?
Yes,
they don't like to see nuance.
Yeah. Jeff is an idiot, Fanimator says. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he knows stuff. I think he is upping. He's one of the few that gets on camera for scooping. So he is leading into his personality for profits.
I think Fanimator has a bias because I think Jeff thinks animation is just for kids, and I know that bothers Fanimator.
Alex 3.0 says, I find Jeff Sneider entertaining, but his rant about Gunn and his scoops was pathetic. I've seen clip outs, and I do want to see. I think Jeff goes a little bit too far this time with his antics, saying he could ruin. That's a cross.
Well, don't spoil it. Let's get to that.
Yeah. That's where I'm like, okay, Jeff. Now I think you've gone too far. That's threatening that I can ruin you. That's bullshit.
Okay, shut up. Go focus on reading scripts and making movies and TV shows, because it seems like you get paid a lot of money to spend a lot of time on Blue Sky and Threads.
Yeah.
Which honestly, he should spend, based on what I saw of Superman, it was enjoyable. He should have spent more time on the script than combating Twitter and Blue Sky. No, I do. Some people said he used the AI for the script. I'm not against that too, but refine it. It could have been better. I think there is an argument to be made that James Gunn writes these movies himself, right? That the amount of time he spends on social media, maybe you should spend less time on social media and more refining your scripts for better.
I think that script is a product of him trying to be safe, quote unquote safe, for this project. But okay.
I honestly believe it. I think if his movies were immaculate and really great dialogue and next level, then I'd be like, you know what, do whatever you want. But the amount of time, rational, I don't think so. He's not a hack. You could say that about every scooper because people get them wrong. They get stuff wrong.
Just don't you don't need to weigh in on every little thing unless you feel like you need to. I feel like you maybe didn't get the message of your own movie in that case.
Yeah.
Right. It's so much as ignore the negativity, bro. I'm just repeating what I hear at a dinner. Okay, from someone who's in a pretty good position in the industry. If that person's garbage, fine. But for you to go on and say, "Oh, this is nonsense," and basically, ruin my reputation, use your platform to ruin my reputation, just like Searchlight did this week, which is total bullshit.
Oh, what happened there?
On the Taylor Swift story, it's just like these people don't care. They're out to protect their asset, just like Doomsday, right? That is what they care about. They don't care about telling millions of people Jeff Sneider is a liar, don't believe Jeff Sneider, or people fucking community notes on Twitter. What does the fuck?
I do have to say, I like the community notes exist, okay? But the freaking nerds that spend all their day on community notes, you could be gaining a following on your own profile on X by just doing your stuff. It's community notes are bullshit now.
It's never steered me wrong so far, so I have to disagree with you there.
On entertainment news, at least.
Okay, well, maybe.
Because, they do put stuff like I've seen community notes, Jeff Sneider's a known liar. That was the community note.
Well, that's not really much of a note, is it? Yeah.
No, and it's people that ultimately, it seems like the people that spend the time to make those community notes only listen to mainstream media.
Right. Well, that's fair.
I can't stand people that only listen to mainstream or only listen to alternative media.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's problems with both, you know?
Certainly.
Yeah, the community notes did hurt his feeling because they said he's a liar. I saw a bunch of community notes about that. Is a known liar with no substance to the community note whatsoever. It's just opinion based. This Jeff guy is getting destroyed on Twitter. I think it's because of what he says coming up here. But yeah, community notes made him flip his mind. Look at this. And look at Roka. I'm like, I'm going to get good views. I love Roka's face there. He's like, I'm going to get good views on this video.
This, yeah.
He's going to. I think John benefits from this collaboration a lot more than Jeff. He's like, John's like, ka-ching. All right.
Fucking community know. I work in the news business. The whole point is that you don't know. It's news.
You're right. People don't know, and they're doing community notes. They don't know for sure. Like, you don't know for sure. They're like, but it hasn't. That's the thing that annoys me. They're like, sir, the nerd with pushing the glasses. It's not confirmed until James.
Actually, is the way it starts.
Actually, James Gunn did not confirm this, so therefore, debunked, right? Like, just because he didn't confirm it doesn't mean it's debunked. And it's not people to have conversations about it. That's how people roll. Actually, Voltaire, James didn't come from James' mouth. That didn't happen.
Right.
Right. Listen, BX Yankees, I'm glad you liked the movie. It was not when you're saying hashtag super shit and some of the stupid dialogue in that movie. I guess you could claim subjectivity, but I don't think anyone's raving about the dialogue except for the movie Clark and Lois scene.
The movie made you walk out with a smile on your face. I mean,
yeah. But I don't see anyone defending the dialogue or,
the dialogue was not groundbreaking or earth-shattering, but it wasn't intended
in the Pocket Universe
and that rant.
I'm terrific, Mr. Terrific. Okay.
That rant he gives Lex when he breaks in, that was not great, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah. So, all right.
So how is the fucking community going to note me to death? What the fuck do you know?
They don't know. The people community know him. I do agree with that. The people that are community noting him do not know either. It's just they're going with the James Gunn hasn't confirmed it, so it's not true. Blows my mind. Like having these type of arguments. Like it's not true unless it comes from the official trades, which work directly with the studios.
But see, that's why people look. I'm gonna say a name here, but he always prefaces everything with what he says is, this is rumor. I can't prove it. These are what my sources say. That's what Doomcock says all the time. At least he gives that caveat, but some of these guys talk about it, and Snyder's one of them. Let's face it. Like it's absolute fact and it's gospel what he's saying.
Rational Max, look at the Jeff tweets I DM'd you $2. I'll remember that. Rational, thank you so much.
Yeah, we will right after this. That's I'm interested.
This is very entertaining though. I didn't watch.
I like people melting down in this space. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane out there, and the way that just like the way that
Jeff doesn't really get upset though because he's more popular than ever though because of that.
Okay,
because they're trying to community note him and it's making him more popular, more relevant.
All right,
not some fucking nobody, bro.
Right. No, I know this, and this is what I try to tell people all the time because a lot of people who watch a show or who comment on social media who literally have almost no contacts. They don't go and have lunches and meetings and drinks and dinners in town with people who are executives, producers, creatives, assistants. That's the thing. I've known Jeff a long time, and Jeff is really good at sometimes finding these executives on the come up and establishes a strong relationship with them. And then eventually you've got this back and forth and conversations. Assistants are in on everything. Here's how it works with an assistant. I was an assistant for 6 months as a temp. You roll calls. When you roll calls, you are on the calls with the director, with the writer, with the producer, with the studio.
So they're leaking that their sources, the scooper sources, are assistants.
Yep,
assistants like to talk. They don't get paid a lot of money, right? They love this, and it's not like a negative rumor. Oh, it was great. And you're talking with your friends at lunch. Yeah, I worked for my boss. They just read the Matt Reeves script. They say Robin's in it. Isn't that cool?
Right. And maybe they make connections with people. So one day maybe that person can.
Hollywood's all about connections, right? And it's not a negative thing. Like, okay, that's cool.
Go ahead and you are making notes. And you think all those 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 20 to 30-year-olds are not talking about it at a bar with a bunch of friends, the shit they heard? You're out of your fucking mind. Okay. No, they're they're signing NDAs, but then they're always like, just keep this under your hat, keep this under your hat. And then they tell what's going on. So it's nonsense to think only 6 people have read this script.
He sounds like
no, that's actually true. James Gunn's being truthful there. 6 people have only read the script, but other people have heard about what's in the script from talking.
Officially, 6 people have heard.
Right. So that's accurate. I don't think the assistants read the script, but the people the assistants work for probably told them, "Oh, what's in the script?"
So Maxie, I don't know that I agree with you on that. Listen, I have an assistant, and everything
they read the scripts for the people. Okay,
everything I get goes through them first. So if they see an email,
give me the notes. If you want someone to do your busy work, read the
script. If
they're
lazy with it, or even if they just have somebody screening their emails, say only send me the most important emails. So what if one of those emails is script to Batman and they see it before they send it to their boss, right?
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Give me the cliff notes.
Yeah,
assistant.
He just sounds like
tells
him something. He's wrong.
People got mad when I said that, but there are Trumpian aspects to what he's doing.
What?
Dude, I wish I could show you the images.
Roca calls James Gunn Trump.
Yeah, Roca, get the F out of here.
Listen, Roca, again, I love you, but you're one of those ones that they say has Trump derangement syndrome. Not everyone's Trump.
Pretty clear.
Yeah.
He's comparing James Gunn. I haven't heard something worse than
That's a bad take, John.
Our friend Crazy Joe comparing Zack Sneider to Trump.
No, I try to argue with, don't even bring that up. Oh, God, damn, that's a horrible conversation. But yeah, Trump aspect of it to try to debunk, I guess what he's saying is James Gunn creates his own world, and when he's asked about something, he just, if it fits his viewpoint of his world, he doesn't,
right.
John D, neither did Trump. You fanboy. I love you, John. I'm not getting into that. Go tweet me on X or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Should I create it for the newsletter on Friday that Jamie made me delete? Jamie is the only person who got a copy of that newsletter because I sent it to him and he read it and he was like, listen, you can't put this. You can't.
If Jamie's saying you can't put it, you really can't put it.
You know what? God bless Jamie. He does prevent me from making those kinds of mistakes. But I was fucking pissed on Friday.
I know.
Obviously, I let it go on Friday night, John, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to just fucking drop it and take the high road and keep my mouth shut and be the bigger man. And then on Saturday morning, I woke up and I saw that Variety and Deadline had picked up the story because that's what they do on the weekend.
You knew they would. Yeah.
No, they didn't have to, though.
Well,
right? They do it on the weekends when news is slow, and they pick up, kind of frivolous stories that will drive traffic.
Yeah.
And I was like, so Jay Penske thinks that he's going to make money off my embarrassment, or if I'm completely wrong, we'll call it a fuck up. Okay. Right. Jay Penske thinks he's going to make money off that? No. I'm going to make money off Jay Penske's embarrassment.
Oof.
And then I posted his mug shots for the world to see.
Good.
Got hit by a bus tomorrow, or got hit by a Penske truck. Those pictures die with me because nobody else has them.
Right.
And now the whole fucking internet has them. I hope it's worth it, billionaire, for that quick traffic. Because we had to rub it in Jeff's face that James Gunn.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Wow.
He is on fire, angry.
Issued a complete denial. All he had to say is, Robin's not in the script. Instead, it's, don't believe not this guy's nonsense, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was.
Come on Twitter and say to my face, bro, you're fucking hiding behind Blue Sky and Threads and all these bullshit B-list fucking platforms.
Okay, hang on. I agree with him on that. Listen, those are B-list platforms. Okay? He's hiding behind Blue Sky. Who the hell's on Blue Sky and Threads? Come on. You know that's not the real platform. That's actually a very valid point.
It's so boring. Everyone that begged me to go over there's back on X.
Mm-hmm.
Except Sean O'Rourke.
He'll be back.
Yeah. But wow. It doesn't. He doesn't need to address you directly, Jeff. That would be a stupid thing for John or for James Gunn to do, to officially acknowledge Jeff Sneider. It's to more throw shade and vagueness. That would be
bananas.
Why would you? Yeah, I know Jeff Sneider wants it. He wants that. Nope.
Yeah, you're right, miss me.
Well, but what it is that it's about playing to the crowd, and that's what he's doing, right? The fans who don't know any better, a lot of the fans who don't know any better, will side with him because James Gunn has done their Superman, and they're worshiping him. And in a way, it is like that, right? It is a very Trumpian MAGA type. No, I'm not saying people are MAGA. I'm not saying them. I'm just saying the devotion that they have. Cult leader to cult member, whatever it may be. Like, it's that kind of thing. And so,
James Gunn cult confirmed by Roca.
He's comparing James Gunn cult to MAGA. All right, go ahead.
So playing to the crowd is a standard tactic to do. Like we've seen over the last few years. Screw the critics. The fans speak the truth. The fans know what's up. The fans will tell you.
Now John Roca is addressing me. He thinks that's my angle. No, I say don't attack the fans, though. Yeah, fans can be ridiculous. The fans aren't always right, but don't put the blame on the fans when your movie underperforms.
This is a clown take by Roca, by the way. This is a clown take. All right.
Yeah, man. If we just did responses to the hot mic, we would be doing pretty good. Voltaire. It's not hard.
I've not seen this, so this is all fresh impressions.
Me either. I just saw I was thinking this is apparently a long segment. We still didn't get to the point where he threatens, like, I could ruin you. I'm like, really? He completely turns into a straight up Batman villain.
I'm gonna tell you, he turns into the Hulk. Just watch, everybody.
Yeah. John, I'm not saying if you support Trump that you're a cultist or you're a cult member. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you believe he's a peacekeeper and everything, then I think you might be.
We don't talk politics here.
I'm saying that stuff. At least. If you think he's a very peaceable man, then I'm like, okay, I think you got derangement syndrome. Okay.
It's all of that stuff. And you create division on purpose.
I was hoping
it's the same thing happening here. The last thing James wants is all his entire script to be leaked and all the story elements to be leaked.
Which is 100% my intention, by the way.
Yeah, right.
People, as 6 becomes 12, becomes 24.
Okay, so they clipped him out of context on X because he's being sarcastic here. Is a complete what I want to do. I'm going to end you. So, all right.
48. Right. Guess what? More people I know are going to have read that fucking script. And I'm going to fucking leak every goddamn fucking thing I hear about it because he's an asshole. Okay? Wow. Matt Reeves doesn't behave like this.
No,
Matt Reeves.
No, I'm confused. Is he being sarcastic there, or is he really saying he's going to leak it if he gets it?
I don't know if he's implying he could if he really wanted to.
Because he started out being like sarcastic. Oh, like I'm really going to. And then he's like, I can't.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Let me rewind that a little bit here. because this finally got to the meat of the potatoes of it here.
Over the last few years, screw the critics. The fans speak the truth. The fans know what's up. The fans will tell you, it's all of that stuff. And you create division on purpose. And it's the same thing happening here. The last thing James wants is all his entire script to be leaked and all the story elements to be leaked.
Which is 100% my intention, by the way.
That's sarcastic there, that part. And then he's...
Yeah, right.
People, as 6 becomes 12, becomes 24, becomes 48.
Right.
Guess what? More people I know are going to have read that fucking script, and I'm going to fucking leak every goddamn fucking thing I hear about it because he's an asshole. Okay? Wow. Matt Reeves doesn't behave like this.
No,
Matt Reeves, I'm totally cool with. No beef with Matt Reeves at all. James Gunn, you want to fucking dance, bro? What can you do to me? You can't do fucking anything to me, whereas I can rip your fucking universe apart. So.
Whoa, that's now he's
being serious.
Arrogance.
I mean, this is hubris, arrogance, as you say.
Yeah, Jeff, slow your roll, bro. You're not okay. You are relevant. You have sources, but to claim a scooper could ruin your universe, you are a freaking Batman villain, Jeff.
So what he's done, okay? Remember, guys, I fight with people and I negotiate all the time.
Yeah,
he has just threatened without saying he's going to do it. I could just leak this whole effing script.
Well, now this is where if I was James Gunn, it would get past the point of having fun with the scoopers and be like, no, if you are a source to him, you're going to have ramifications. You might get fired if you give Jeff Sneider stuff. Once he goes that far, I think Jeff's been hurting his own business with this, with his arrogance. I really do. This is like a bad Jeff. You went too far, man. You went too far because honestly, if you have sources, I don't think they should keep speaking with you if you're going to say this. And you're putting your sources' jobs at risk. Putting this loud. What's the number one thing if you have a source? You protect your source.
Mm-hmm.
This is putting your sources on blast and putting them in a worse situation to even speak with you. This is complete bullshit. And I'm all here for having fun. But saying that I'm going to leak every single thing just because I don't like you, that's lame.
So what he said, everybody,
influencing what you leak just because that makes you no better than the anti-SJW community that wants to damage films. I'm going to leak more than I normally would just because you're an asshole, is what he's basically saying.
And what he said with that comment where he said, when 6, meaning 6 people have the script, becomes 12, and then 12 becomes 24, and then 24 becomes 48, meaning he's basically just done a veiled threat there saying that once I'm confident enough people have leaked it so my source won't get plugged, I'm going to leak the whole thing to the public.
No, this is where I, if I was James Gunn, I'd be like, this is no longer you speak with, if you give Jeff Sneider info, that's going to cause problems with your job. And then it's putting your sources at risk.
So he's just made a threat, everybody.
Because really, why is Jeff Sneider relevant? I say he is relevant, but why is he relevant? He's only relevant because of what, Voltaire?
Scoops.
And so his sources.
Scoops, yeah.
Right. So once you're this blatant, arrogant, and aggressive towards the industry, it blows up your spot. Like there's eyes on him now after this. Like there's self-promotion too, but
yeah, it's so interesting, like that he got so offended that an executive called him, said that
who cares?
His leaks are nonsense. Of course they're going to say that. Like he's so offended about Gunn. It's funny how Gunn triggers some people, isn't it? Some people get very triggered by him.
Yeah. I don't know what'll come for this. Maybe nothing, but I think this is lame. This puts heat on your sources, which you're nothing without your sources, Jeff. Sorry. You have a personality for sure, and it's entertainment, but you're nothing if you don't have some scoop.
Watch yourself, my friend.
Well, I like this other comment underneath. It said, it's kind of strange that you contradicted Daniel RPK about Ultraman being a villain in the Superman movie, and in the end, he was in the Superman movie. And the thing is, you can backtrack and you can change, you can adjust. No one's look, I know a lot of people came after James Gunn, and a little bit me too, as well. As like, I've got all these plans for phase 1, and then how many of those films are we going to see? What, 2? Maybe 3?
That was all lies. A whole fucking press conference, a whole day of a fucking pony show that became a fucking jerk off show because it was all nonsense.
Right.
That's nonsense, James Gunn.
And that's okay. Like,
he's talking about like when it was leaked about a reboot. He's like, it's not a reboot. I'm like, yeah, wasting time with this. Okay, I think we saw enough.
Yeah. He said he's going to destroy him. We saw what it was. We saw the threats.
No, is it just for show, or do you think he took it too? Do you think he got triggered and took it personally? I think he went too far.
Look. So these people, there's some hubris to everything, everybody. So if he considers himself a scooper with reliable sources, and if he's getting called out directly, he very well may take it personally, and he might lash out like that. So this seemed to be that, like, he feels like he's really his credibility is being attacked.
Yeah, I don't think it's helping anyone. Have fun, Jeff. You have a nice platform there. You got a good show. I don't like that you say you're going to leak more just because you don't like the creative. I think that anything that influences what you release is kind of lame. Like, I don't like you, so I'm going to be more aggressive. Yeah. If you're trying to be an objective reporter and report the news and your sources, you should do that, but not change it based on your feelings.
And threatening to leak a whole script, like, get out of here. Yeah. Are you going to look at Rational's tweets that he about?
Oh yeah. Thank you. I forgot about that. Where is it, Rational? I don't even see it. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up Rational's tweets.
But you know what? If he's telling the truth, that means he has access to somebody who has the whole script, or he's seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's heard it. Well, yeah.
All right. So Rational is not a fan of Jeff Sneider. Wasn't invited to see Nobody 2. This is why I refuse access. I'm not going to, like, people could, I'm not against people who have access, but complaining about not getting a special screening. Wow. Which is fine. Not complaining. Yes, you are. I'll see it on my own. However, I get the impression I wasn't invited because I refused to take down my Jurassic World Rebirth review following a public screening. Okay, I think that's fair. Searchlight Pictures and Searchlight TV have been moved to my do not call list. I will not be running anything by Searchlight ever again and will simply not trust my sources going forward. Their publicist.
Oh my God, he's naming people.
Yeah.
He's naming names.
And I hope she gets fired?
Oh my God, Jeff.
No.
What did she do to him? I don't get it.
Jeff, dude. Maybe she was told by her higher ups not to give you info.
Well, so he's implying that when he writes a story, he calls up the studio to confirm and say, "I'm going to run with this." Now he's saying, "I'm just going to run with it. I'm not going to call you people."
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's lame that you want people to get fired.
He really has guys. I'm always fascinated by people who have such a high opinion of themselves and a lot of hubris. So on some level, I respect it.
Some level. All right. Okay, and here he is addressing the Robin. Community notes are bullshit. I do think they can be, for sure.
Community notes are bullshit because the community doesn't know a fucking thing.
They don't. That's true.
And he's about as trustworthy as Lance Armstrong. He loves that Lance Armstrong reference. You know what the community should know? My thousands of accurate scoops.
Oh boy. No, the people that like to say debunk, they don't know shit. They don't. They're just like, I have to hear the official word, then it's real. There's so much stuff happened behind the scenes before it gets to the sheen of access media, public shine, and announcements. There's so much going on between there. And that's why I love following Hollywood. Some of the stuff that doesn't happen is more interesting than stuff that does happen to me. I love all the behind the scenes stuff. He doesn't, John D. Listen, he's got no problems with the ladies. We don't have, here on the mic drop, we don't have ladies problems, okay?
Yeah, and John,
don't project onto us what's your,
You don't think the ladies would like my Jeff Sneider impersonation?
Yeah. We don't have problems like that here. All right. There's also news about the Super family. So Supergirl's finished. James Gunn says the next movie in the Superman saga will start filming much sooner rather than later. We're scheduling it now. I'm totally done with the treatment. That's not a finished script. He used. Remember, he's like, I don't film unless there's a finished script. The treatment.
Treatment's not a script. Yeah.
Yeah. 60 pages with dialogue and everything. And so now I'm just turning that into a script. Okay. This is going to be the next DC project. It seems like it's going to be Superman.
Did he post those pictures with that?
No.
Okay.
No. Seems like it's going to be Super Family, Superman and Supergirl with Crypto combined against Brainiac, with the Justice Gang in it. That's basically the Justice League. And I'm gonna have to argue with fanboys that it's not the Justice League. It's a Super Family movie. It's a Justice League movie. They're afraid to use the Justice League title because of the failures of Justice League and the Sneider cut, which is a shame because Avengers brings a lot of people to the seats. That should happen for Justice League too. But yeah, I'm all for this. But
I'm for it too. I'm fascinated because look, I think Jason Momoa is going to kill it as Lobo.
Yeah,
and he's going to be a fan favorite. And I can't imagine that he's just doing that movie. You know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting to see how that project goes. But I think you're right, Max. I think he's focusing on the Superman stuff while
and honestly,
Reeves is doing his thing and all that.
Switched. Remember how much hell I got when I said all this stuff in the slate's not going to happen, and people said, "You gun hater, you gun." It used to be called Gods and Monsters, and now it's more switched to the Superman saga and Krypton characters, Supergirl and Superman and Crypto together. And they might not be doing the Authority. They have one character from the Authority in Superman when they might, the Engineer. Yeah. It really seems like it's just moving forward with the Super Family.
So guys, a lot of people on YouTube and what Max is talking about, people losing their minds at him. They like to pretend they know what they're talking about. They see stuff on the mainstream and they think, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Max. How can you speculate to this? And they lose their bloody minds when they don't know anything. Yeah. Right. We're having fun here. And
it seems like it's changed. It seems like the plan has changed a little bit, right?
Well, I mean, it'd be, and you know what? It makes sense. Of course, if Matt Reeves is doing Batman, this nonsense that he was going to put a competing Batman on at the same time. I never believed that crap. And that doesn't make sense. Audiences don't like that. And you're right. He doesn't want to touch Justice League. He doesn't want to touch Flash. He doesn't want to touch Wonder Woman. He wants them in it,
but yeah.
Right. Maybe one day down the road, but it makes more sense to focus on these characters he can develop. Yeah. And Supergirl is one of them. And by the way, she is Supergirl. She looks terrific.
Yes. I'm very, very excited for that movie for sure.
And if you've seen House of Dragons, she's a very good actress.
Yeah. I think she is going to blow the women superhero out the water because she's got attitude and she's, this is the real punk rock. She's real punk rock. Clark is not really punk rock. That's why it's fun. Like, okay, go ahead, Clark. You're the Boy Scout. She seemed punk rock at the end of this movie, right?
She did.
Listen. Here's I like the ladies. Okay. Nothing's sexier than a punk rock lady. The guys like her and all the girls want to be her. That's the Supergirl. And you don't get that with all these superhero women yet. Like Captain Marvel was okay. She had a cool personality. Wonder Woman was kind of bland. I like Wonder Woman, but this is a different type of superhero role for a female in superhero movies I don't think we've seen yet.
Yeah. So based on the
with the attitude and punk rock attitude that's also likable, that's also hard to do.
Yeah. And I'm going to say something controversial here, everybody. The little bit we saw of her in Superman in the end credit scene, I like that. She's a little rough around the edges. She likes to drink. She likes to. I really hope they just don't make her like a big whore or something like that. You know what I mean? I really hope they don't go that route with her. You know what I mean? I know you're giving that.
Listen, I don't. Slow on the horror.
Well, okay, sorry. I hope they don't make her sexually promiscuous. Or
I hope they do. What's wrong with that? She could get it. She could get it.
I want her to still be a role model for little girls. She's still Supergirl.
Okay.
You know. Right.
Yeah, you made it weird when you said the little girls.
Okay. All right. Stop
no,
it.
No. I'm not in a good way. Like, okay, yeah, she should be a role model, little girls. I'm not really concerned about that part, but yeah, whatever. But I want this Supergirl to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want Superman to get some and Supergirl to get some. Sure.
they don't do that. Okay, they have romance and they fall in love. They don't do that dirty stuff.
I love the She-Hulk scene where Daredevil was visiting her and carrying it. I love that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. He needed it.
I like She-Hulk. I've been on record saying I like she.
I mean, there was rough parts too, but yeah, it was fun.
I didn't particularly care for that whole thing.
Okay. Let me see what else we have here. Kristen Milotti is seemingly returning as Sophia Falcone in the Batman 2, according to the Sneider.
That makes sense.
Awesome. I still didn't finish the Penguin. I got to go back and finish that and Daredevil. My priority though is Alien Earth for sure. I love Alien Earth. One of the best things I've seen on television. Bo DeMayo. Here's the thing.
Okay. Well, explain who Bo DeMayo is. Just lay a
Bo
foundation.
DeMayo is the writer and director, the showrunner for X-Men 97.
The cartoon
that was fired. Allegedly, it was his OnlyFans activity or his images of his personal body, which he's got a good body fit.
Oh, is that why he was fired?
No, I mean these are all rumors that he was sharing around for a template to for the characters and stuff, and then people felt uncomfortable. I will say this, Bo DeMayo, I have nothing. I feel like I'm objective towards you. You've gone to the part of where you seem like a super grifter, like the amount of aggressiveness towards us, and you are damaging any possibility of any future job.
Well, I was going to say, this is a man who thinks he's never getting a job in the industry.
Right. So, for example, Comicsgate, Ethan Van Sciver, there's some type of employees that spill all the beans and they're unhireable. Like if they go that hard for their old employer, like it's almost feels like a grift at this point. Yes, there are problems with Feige. I'm not a Feige defender. People are like, I do think Feige's made massive mistakes. I think X-Men 97 was an amazing series. I don't know everything. I don't know all the reasons he was fired, but part of his attitude about, talking about it's alarm bells go off for me personally. The amount of aggressiveness towards a former employer.
Uh-huh.
And he has no regard towards future. Like he's doing OnlyFans now too, which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
What do you mean he's doing porn?
Not necessarily corn, but you could do OnlyFans and not do corn part of it. I don't know. I know at least listen, I'm not subscribed or anything. And I would love to talk to Bo DeMayo. I would have him on the mic drop.
Oh my God, we got to reach out to him.
No, I would and I'm not against you personally. It's just like, do you really not want to work in the industry anymore? The aggressiveness here is something I've only seen with, comic book pros or writers or directors here that make their living on YouTube now that said they were ousted from the industry because of reasons instead of.
On the flip side,
yeah,
maybe he knows he's been blackballed and blacklisted.
Yeah,
and he's like he degaff, like he said they've done everything they can do to me. I don't care anymore.
Fair point. Fair point. And I'll actually at you at this with Bo DeMayo if you're. I mean, you have nothing to gain from coming here, but and I wish you success because I love X-Men 97.
Bo, we'll give you a platform, buddy. You can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, but he's gone super aggressive.
Yeah, we're here for it.
I was told this in a phone call after episode 5 premiered. I asked the exec if Kevin was happy because stupidly I still wanted to help the studio out. Their response was a long pause, and I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audiences weren't using it as. I wish I had the more. One of the many final straws for me was Kevin.
Oh no, Max, you got to go back. That you don't have that whole quote.
No, these are just screenshots.
I have it.
Actual,
yeah.
Okay.
It's too important. Hang on, let me find it because that is the crux of the whole thing. Because I'm sorry to cut you off, Max, on that, but it's too important what he says. Hang on, here it is. All All right. Should I share? Should I just share my screen? Is that the
Sure.
easier way to do it? Okay. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you read it, Max, or do you want me to?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So the response was a long pause. Fans and audiences weren't using it as a referendum on the MC needs to be doing to fix itself. What makes it worse, I think, that Kevin has nothing to do with X-Men 97 and could take no credit for it. Even internally, before the show aired, Marvel employees were reaching out to me asking how I was able to make a show this good given where the studio was and how it's the best thing the studio has done. With their praise, I noticed more and more that I was becoming a threat and regret to studio leadership. So that he's suggesting that it was so well received that they're using as a template. Like, why can't Feige do this for the MCU to fix our issues here? It was that well received. I think it's good, but I don't know about that.
Okay, so if it's true,
Yeah.
that sentence he says where he goes, I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audiences weren't using it as a referendum on what the MCU needs to be doing to fix itself. People were saying that, Max, right?
Yeah. And I don't think that's a horrible thing for Feige to say either. Personally, like, okay, they're using it's so good they're using it as to the flaws in what I'm doing.
Right.
I would prefer not he didn't say I prefer it wasn't good. He said I prefer that they weren't using it to attack me.
Okay, that's a great example of nuance. You're right. There's
Yes.
a positive way to interpret that comment. You're absolutely right.
Right. And again, Kevin and Lou couldn't be bothered to come up to the premiere of the show at the El Capitan. They didn't show up to thank the fans. They didn't show up to thank Zemeckis. I would prefer he would show up, but honestly, he is busy.
No,
Like,
that's bananas that they didn't come to the premiere, Max.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, don't you think? I mean, it's in town. It's in LA. It's not like it's somewhere like Miami or something. They're all in town. It's at the El Capitan Theater. I mean, that they don't show up to the premiere.
All right. I didn't think it was that strange for an animated project.
It's the first, but Max, it's the first Disney X-Men project.
Okay.
That's my thinking. I thought, to me, it's bananas they don't show up, but that's just me.
All right. The Lou Alds and Houstons or the OG voice cast for how they built that foundation back in the 90s in the MCU. Yeah, bringing them back would have been nice, to celebrate that. Though we were just a little cartoon that wasn't sexy enough or taken seriously enough to warrant that great Kevin Feige to 10. Here's my thoughts, Bo DeMayo, is it's not Feige, it's industry as a whole doesn't treat animation with the respect it deserves.
There you go.
So I think it's an industry problem. It's not excusing Feige. Yeah, if you have something like that, it would be great if Feige celebrated it.
Okay.
I do think he's busy. I do think one of the first things that they let loose at all these streamers is animation, and that's bullshit. I think you should start projects with animation that becomes popular, then move to live action, then up the production value and the budgets, honestly.
It's a great way to test the waters, right?
Right. So I don't think it was necessarily shade at you. I think you could easily interpret it that way. I think the industry as a whole does not treat animation with respect. And honestly, that's why I love animated shows. You get the stuff that you could never do, like the Justice League animated cartoon back in the day.
Yeah.
Or X-Men. You get the stuff and story points that you're never even going to touch on in the movies.
Fair.
Characters and,
Star Wars too, right?
Yeah. There's some great stuff. Animation, you could really shoot for, and you know why that works out and why they could do that? Because they don't care as much. Because if they checked on everything, they'd be like, you can't use that. We're going to use that in live action.
Yeah, well, there you
right?
go.
It's a double-edged sword. Like if you paid more close attention to it, you wouldn't be able to do the cool storylines. Like the stuff that the success he said he had. The reason you got to do that, Bo, is because he wasn't paying attention. Right? Because if they're like, oh, we're going to do something in live action, I don't want you to use that character. I don't like the way you're doing,
Yeah, use whatever.
Because they don't. It's because they don't really care about animation that you got to do all that cool shit.
It doesn't really count to them. Yeah.
Yes, it's not canon. Whatever they do in animation, that doesn't concern me. Right? Rhea says, I'd love to see Bo do a DC project. I would agree, Rhea, but I don't think he's hireable after this. And I would love to talk to him. But the aggressive, I do think James Gunn would be more likely to hire him than anyone else, though, based on his experience, being fired from Disney Marvel too, Maybe one of the animated shows like they announced Creature Commandos 2. I think that Gunn isn't writing that one. Yeah. I would celebrate it, but the way he's going, I just don't see a future of him being signed on to a studio.
Right. And if it's true that Gunn and Feige are still friendly, it would be surprising if he hired this guy.
Right. So him and that comic book writer, it's going pretty hard. I forget his name. Liefeld. Rob Liefeld.
That little guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's going hard at Marvel too.
Has he been on Ethan's show?
No, but he's not far off. I mean, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, when's he going to show up to Comicsgate and stuff? Yeah,
he's getting there.
Yeah. So Peacemaker season 2. James Gunn says he wouldn't even allow his publicist to see episodes 6 to 8. Why is that, James? Is it because you're afraid of scoopers?
You're afraid of Jeff Sneider?
Because, yeah. I think that's the reason, because scooping does exist, that you won't let his publicist see it. This is actually basically confirmation that a lot of what James Gunn is full bullshit. Because he's like, oh, no one knows. No one knows. But you won't let your publicist even see it because you know it gets out there. But I'm really looking forward to this for sure. I wanted to rewatch the first season. I don't think I'm going to have time. I'm just going to go.
Same. I was thinking the same thing. Now, did you hear there was the comment as to why Superman is being released to digital so quickly?
I don't know, but basically it's pretty obvious to me. They're, again, nuanced people fanboys that lose their mind in the theaters only. You have to see in theaters only. Once you're only making so much per weekend, it makes sense to get in the VOD while you're still at top of mind. Like if you wait too long, you're going to leave some VOD money on the table. Families that took their kids to see Superman that don't want to go to the theater might want to have a babysitter for a few hours during the weekend, put on Superman. There's a lot of money to make on VOD too. Also the longer you're in theater, the percentage of that goes to the theater owners changes and they get more. The initial few weeks, the majority of that goes to the studio. After like 3 weeks, the percentage changes to a bigger percentage to the studio. And VOD is more direct to consumer than.
And they're still hyped for the movie, so people are more likely to do the VOD. Now, again, this is where it would have been helpful to have one of these people who reads Twitter all day and acts like an expert. I believe that there was a quote from Gunn saying he wanted it out before Peacemaker 2 came out.
Which is that's a nice way to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe Gunn is that's the only reason. If it waited another week or two, it would still be before Peacemaker, right? Or is Peacemaker coming out next week?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think if it was still doing well, he could have it in the theater during Peacemaker premiere. I think that's all right. Basically the box office dropped enough that the VOD makes more sense right now.
Yeah,
it's a nice way to frame it.
Yeah.
If it was really bringing in money, they would not take it out of the theaters. Like put up
my thing there real quick. So there it is. There's the quote.
All right, James Gunn on why Superman is going to digital so soon. Well, it's very complicated. No, it's not. It's very easy. It's simple. No, I'm so sick of these fanboys on both sides. It's not. If it was doing 30, 40 million a weekend, they would not take it out. But you could easily make that up on VOD. It's just that it's very simple. Money is very simple. If it was still, it's not a failure. It's still making some money. But if it was still making, you could justify keeping it in the theater instead of VOD. It's not making enough money still on the weekends or during the week to justify keeping it off of VOD. Right. And there's money to make on VOD. There's a different audience.
Well, there's hype, but the more hype, the better. Yeah.
You know who our good pal on this MME that doesn't go to the theater much? Brian.
Okay.
You know who couldn't wait for me? I was going to buy Superman VOD for us to do a watch party. He bought it. He couldn't wait, and he watched it already.
Okay.
He loves VOD. There's people like that. There's consumers like that. Yes.
Sure.
So it's very simple. But the truth is, because of Peacemaker. No, that's not the only reason.
Peacemaker's coming out the 21st, by the way, FYI, next week.
Okay. Whatever. I still think it could have been in the theater too. If it was still making money, it would still be in the theater while Peacemaker comes out.
Of course it would. Of course.
I originally thought Peacemaker was going to come out next month. There was a lot of things that are beyond our control. So the Peacemaker's coming out now. And at the end
Now,
of the day,
hold on about that stupid comment. I originally thought it was coming out next month. So you don't know what month your GD show is coming out?
yeah, it's because of the box office performance.
Get the hell out of here.
If it was anywhere close to $1 billion,
Yeah.
they'd be doing special screenings. Superman's in IMAX again. They'd switch back to IMAX theater. This is how the industry works. If it was extremely successful, they would do all kinds of events to get it close to that $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no way. Oh wait, we're heading towards $1 billion. Peacemaker's coming out. Let's pull it from theaters because we don't want to interfere with Peacemaker. Get the F out of here.
Yeah, and I like James Gunn, and I'm a James Gunn fan,
Yes.
but that comment, I originally thought Peacemaker was coming out next month. As if he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Get GTFO, please.
No,
Please.
this is bullshit, James.
Please stop it, James. Stop it.
Oh, they're re-releasing in IMAX and doing sports day. Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
okay, good.
I just
That's
mean
a
they
big
would do
thing.
even more of it if they were getting close to like 700, 800, 900 million worldwide. They would not.
They came to the point. They said we'll make more money while they're still hyped for.
They
Superman
have
on
all
VODs
kinds
and
of
in theaters.
algorithms,
And
computer
metrics
programs
and
to
all
say
that,
how
yeah.
much are we going to make if we leave it in theater or versus
Absolutely.
VOD. They know.
They've lost all the major screens. They know that.
Yeah, they lost
And-
the IMAX screens.
So
Yeah,
it becomes a question of math at this point,
right.
right?
I wanted everyone to be able to see Superman they wanted to, and to those people who couldn't get to the theater before Peacemaker, and that's really the reason for it. VODs, I wanted people to be able to see that couldn't get to the theater. Yeah, okay, James.
Mhm.
If it was making enough money, it would not be on VOD this weekend. And you could have waited till next weekend if that's the truth.
I mean, he couldn't see. Here's my thing, everybody. Would it have been so bad if he had just said, you know what? We looked at it, and from a marketing standpoint, and we have Peacemaker coming out, we wanted to give people a chance to watch it on VOD who couldn't make the theater before Peacemaker came out. And from a marketing standpoint, it just made sense.
I would say, listen, everyone, the theaters are a priority, but there's money on VOD, and there's people that prefer VOD, and that's okay by me. As long as you support DC, we're here for you. That's what I would say.
Either one would have been better.
Consumers have choices.
Mhm.
Limiting choices to the consumer is never a good idea.
Mhm.
There's just all kinds of scenarios like, okay, it wasn't but it's great. It's on VOD. I'm planning on watching again soon, where I wouldn't have gone to the theater again. I was thinking about going to see it one more time in the theater, but
And
now I want to see
a whole bunch of money on VOD.
absolutely. And I think it'll be more success. It's going to shoot to the top of the VOD list for
I
sure
would think so.
because it's more recent to release.
Right.
If you wait 2 months, it's not going to shoot to the
The
top
hype is gone,
necessarily. Like this is not the 90s where people wait for everything. The internet, phones, everything's at your fingertips. It's a different generation,
Mhm.
All right, let me see what Rational wants me to bring this up here. Should we do a few more things, or do you want to call it a night? It is later. We could call it.
I'm good. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, let me get to Rational here. So this is funny, Rational. The fact that you're triggered by this says more about you than Jeff Sneider. So Slav's Free Talk says, so you're saying you have a source that is one of those 6 people, LOL? This is where people take things so literal.
Oh boy, he's
responding.
responding.
His source could be an assistant to one of those 6 people, Slav. This is what people don't understand. He didn't have to speak directly to someone that read the script. He had to speak with someone that knows someone that read the script or is associated with us. That's how things go. 6 people read the script. You know how many people talk about the 6 people that read the script? Multiply it by 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
6
people read the script. At least 6 times more people talk about what those people read in the script. And then Jeff Sneider said, I had a threesome with 2 of those people. That's funny. Are you also taking Jeff Sneider literally? I mean, he has mentioned some of it. I think he's fronting on some of his game that he talks on X. I don't think he's got as much game as he
moves in those Hollywood circles. Now, and one of
that's hilarious. That's a great way to respond it.
And apropos to that, one of the things that Bo guy mentioned one of his tweets was the executive producers don't read stuff. Their assistants read it and summarize it for them.
I see that happening easy.
He went through a whole
Unfortunately, they're lazy.
And when he said, when you hear people say we were told not to read the comics, what that means is that they were told only to read the summaries.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was fascinating. I thought that was some real insight.
I believe that.
I do too.
The crew is back for Scary Movie 6. The Fab Four is back. So excited to work and reunite with these two brilliant women. We are so proud of all they've done since the inception of Scary Movie franchise. We have the band back together. Anna Faris, and I forget this actress's name. She's awesome though. And then the
Wayans brothers. I love the Wayans brothers.
Oh, that's going to be a blast.
And I like Anna Faris a lot. She's very funny.
Wow, Rhea. I don't even know how to respond. Jeff Sneider, he's funny and charismatic. I go to dinner with him. I'm questioning a lot of things. No, I'm just kidding, Rhea.
Send him a DM. Maybe he'll get you a Big Mac.
Jeff Sneider. Okay, I support you. I support you in that endeavor, Rhea.
I want Rhea to go. I want Rhea to get into the inner circle. Please, Rhea.
Inner circle with Jeff Sneider?
Yeah, I really do.
I'd rather go to dinner with Rocha. If I was going to pick.
It's funny. I don't think I could tolerate Rocha. I'd rather go Sneider.
Rocha's got. Do you realize what we're talking about here? Okay.
No, just for fun.
For dinner.
Two men can go to dinner and it can be fine.
You're a cheap date and you pay your own way. Okay.
Oh my God! Wow, Ray is a dream girl. Everybody.
Yeah. I did actually get a package this week, which I'm hoping to open tomorrow. For the Have You Met series as well, but it was to me and my wife, I think, which is really nice. All right, let me see. My wife peeked at it. I said, don't tell me what it is, but she peeked at it already because she's not going to be on camera. All right, let me bring this up here. See what else we got. Yeah, this is a scene that annoyed me in Superman. Why not just turn around? That really did annoy me.
I saw that tweet too, and I'm like, yeah, that's 100% accurate.
No, I thought
it doesn't even look cool.
It's just like some of the stuff with the engineer pissed me off. Like I can't stand like the visual noise of just blades rushing by Lex's face. I'm like, that's so cartoony. Even cartoons look more realistic than that. I hate that kind of special effect. Yeah. It takes me out of it. It doesn't look like he's really in danger of getting hit by a blade. It just looks like did a CGI blade next to his face.
I also didn't find her threatening when she was causing Superman trouble. I just didn't buy it, Yeah.
My Frosty video I did earlier was kind of weird. Why?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Did you have a Frosty from McDonald's or something?
Wendy's for the Wednesday.
Why? What do they do on Wednesdays?
My wife was talking in one of them. It was maybe her voice. I don't know.
Well, what do they do? What does Wendy's do on Wednesdays?
No, it's for the Wednesday show from Netflix.
Oh, you're doing food reviews now? I got
no. We just tried the Wednesday, and there's a Wednesday spoon in it from Netflix, and I said to save the spoon. It's a collector's item. I don't think it's a weird take.
No, those things are fun, by the way. You know what? Like I remember when that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Willy Wonka movie came out last Christmas. And IHOP had a whole menu thing, and I took my nieces and nephew, and they had a great time. It's fun, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so now Grace Randolph is also confirming, and James Gunn does not like Grace Randolph. He said, what was the quote he said?
The mouthy broad.
No, he said that, and then he also said...
I know he did it, actually. I'm kidding.
It's great.
I love Grace, personally.
Things that are always true is Grace Randolph spews shit. But she says the Batman Part 2 Robin rumor... True says insider, and Grace is confirming it too. All right, Rhea. Everyone knows that. Come back with something.
I've never done that, and I
no, I know. I'm just.
I gotta tell you, I will not do it.
No, it is good.
Why?
Although, not like every fry, but a really crispy golden Wendy's fry. But the fries aren't as good as they used to be. They've changed the fries so much. Julia Garner, I am a huge fan of hers from Silver Surfer and Weapons. Even though I didn't really like Weapons, her acting was brilliant in that.
I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah. Look at this diva is what they say for Lois. What's her name? Rachel Brosnahan for Entertainment Weekly as what's
Daphne?
Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
What, is she doing something with them?
I don't know. It's another James Gunn thing he worked on. So
she's playing Daphne?
No, I think this was just for promo.
Oh my God, that's a kink thing he did with her. Dress up as Daphne.
You know,
so, like Velma, I like Daphne.
No, listen. That thing didn't exist, I thought, until the live action Scooby-Doo movie. And the one that played Velma, Hot Velma. Didn't that all come from the James Gunn Scooby-Doo movie?
You know what? Now that you mention it, you
I
start
think that's
seeing
where it
on
started.
Halloween. Every kind of busty girl started dressing like her. Yeah,
that actress, I forget her name. That's Hawkeye's wife in the MCU, and I like the actress, and she's also in the new Friday the 13th series. She started that Hot Daphne thing, or Hot Velma, right? Hot Velma.
Okay.
I would definitely go Velma for sure over Daphne. You think they're doing a Scooby-Doo movie for Netflix? Okay. That's cool. What the hell is this? Why released? That is awful. If I was gonna do anti DC and James Gunn stuff, I would use this image like Superman.
That's perfect for that. Yeah.
Superman. But what is going on here?
I guess they wanted to CGI some hair.
I don't know. I didn't really like Ultraman in the clone of it. It wasn't that exciting to me.
I didn't care for the Ultraman storyline.
It just was like, I mean, it wasn't horrible. It just was like,
I mean, it kind of explained why that guy was able to, kick his ass so much.
But I wanted it to be scarier.
Yeah.
Orange sweat memes are great. Yeah.
So like a lot of people have said, you can tell, same thing with Fantastic Four, by the way. You could tell they edited the heck out of that movie, and they made it very, people are calling it TikTok generation, like moving quickly and all that kind of thing. You can see it. It's in there.
All right, that's cool. Let me see what else I have here. Oh, okay. We'll end with this. I really need to get back into The Boys and this prequel series. This is Jensen Ackles. These costumes look legit. These images just got me right back, and I want to see the other series.
Yeah.
I think this one's called Vought Rising. Look at these.
Oh, they're making a new series?
Yes.
I've seen the Gen whatever it is series. And
Gen V.
It was just okay.
Yeah. So oh my God.
Oh, this looks great if they're doing like.
Is there a reason you said it right on that image? She looks great.
I like that aesthetic. I'm not going to lie.
No, bombshell. Whew. I love the costuming. It gets me more excited. Really looking forward to this. These images are great. Especially that's her. I got it. If we listen, there's a reason we're the most objective and brutally honest. We are going to tell you this is our favorite costume out of the four.
Nothing wrong with that, everybody.
Yes. Listen, ladies, cosplay The Boys for sure.
We respect cosplay girls, everybody. We don't.
Yeah, but it's not consent either, though. Yes.
We don't look down on them.
No. The Halloween costumes are going to be fire. Absolutely. Gen V season 2, The Boys season 5 finale, then the prequel. Yes, and I like Jensen Ackles too. But these images are amazing. I'm super hyped for the show, and I think I left off season 3. I didn't see season 4 of The Boys, and I didn't watch these.
It's starting to decline a bit, but it's still worth watching.
Yeah. All right, so definitely looking forward to that. My Time to Shine Hello has a point here. The fact that American Chavez' literal power is traveling the multiverse, yet she won't even be in Doomsday or have an important role in Secret Wars, shows how much of a mess this saga has been. Yeah, they introduced a lot of young characters that they really have not done good by, including America Chavez. And she's
why did they not do good by her? If people didn't receive her well, Max, why would they use her again?
Because it makes sense for the storyline, the multiverse storyline, for a multiverse the character that could go through.
I'm all about punting the ball when it's time to punt the ball. Well, there we go.
Don't misgender My Time to Shine. She doesn't know her ass from third
It's a
base.
lady. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually Grace Randolph.
Oh,
No,
I love Grace.
Linda Cardellini playing Velma. Oh my God, yes. I love Linda Cardellini. The Witchboard remake was terrible. Okay. Why? Why did we get the ballerina and not
Is that Halle Berry?
Halle Berry in the John Wick franchise? Why didn't we get her spin-off? Why are we consistently robbed of great Halle Berry spin-off projects? I'm talking about James
Max, you know what,
Bond
Max,
and John Wick.
when you were in your like teens and 20s, how did you feel when you saw old actors on screen?
Don't even go there with Halle Berry. Velter.
I'm asking you a question. How did you feel
not,
when you were in your teens and 20s? For example, when you were in your teens and 20s and you watched the original series of Star Wars, how did you feel about Obi-Wan Kenobi? Be honest.
He seemed old.
You didn't like it. You didn't like it.
All right. But Halle Berry is not no Obi-Wan Kenobi. Look at her. Just look at her.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, look at her through the eyes of an 18-year-old kid.
I think when she was Jinx in Die Another Day, she was still at her prime. Not that she's not.
She was. How long ago was Die Another Day?
She is at her prime for me for another 20 years.
She's lovely. She's a great actress too.
But I'm saying when they were going to do a spinoff there, they could have, and now they brought her into the John Wick franchise, and then Ana de Armas gets a spinoff, and not Halle Berry's character. I wanted to see her character get a spinoff.
Go watch that movie she did with Billy Bob Thornton. What's it called? Monsters Ball.
Yeah.
She's amazing in it.
Okay.
It's a serious.
But it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Halle Berry.
Happy birthday, Halle. We love
and
you.
I actually am thinking about naming my AI Halle.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was thinking. Unless I go with the guy, but I don't think I am.
What was that picture? What was that Batman picture?
This is the costume designer behind Val Kilmer. It's like, did you really have to work that much, bro? It looks like
I gotta tell you, there was a time where that haircut would get you a lot of women.
Okay, and still might. I don't know.
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's look.
Who is this lady with James Gunn?
Look at me. This is Axel. I'm James Gunn. I get to make movies about my favorite superheroes, and I'm married to Jennifer Holland. Listen.
That's his wife?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she looks great.
Yes. And then I said, I criticize him for putting her in everything, but she ain't no Sean Gunn. Sean Gunn is not that great sometimes for me personally. Jennifer Holland is an amazing actress. And if she was my wife, I'd be putting her in everything too.
I have no complaints about her performances, and I have no complaints about Sean Gunn, to be honest with you. I didn't have any complaints about Ron Howard's brother.
I do sometimes. I mean,
some of these Nepo babies I don't like, but those ones I was okay with. Like,
no, James, you're a lucky man, and she is amazing, you know. And yeah, he's the executive. She's out of his league too, for sure.
Oh, stop it! No, she's not.
Nah. I think she is.
Max, he's a big time movie director.
All right,
out of his league.
Okay. Well, I don't think like that.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, but
he can have whatever he wants in whatever quantity he wants.
All right. Well, she is amazing. Looks great there. I'm really looking forward to Peacemaker season 2.
Right.
More power to you, James. Just give a break on Jeff Sneider, okay?
I think James Gunn is enjoying life, even though he's under a lot of stress. I think he enjoys life.
I'm enjoying life too. Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah. I'm seeing more entertainment, having some fun. You know,
Max has had a good 2025, and everybody, we're entering the last quarter. As I said at the beginning, you still have time to make your 2025 a home run.
You know what the most interesting thing is I'm going to get to 2026, and it's not going to be a bunch of New Year's resolutions to like maintain what you've already done. That's going to be great.
That's the dream, right? Because when you're trying to get there, you're like, once I get there, I just have to maintain, and I can make it even better. I can modify slower, and that's the dream, and that's what you want to get to. Everybody, it's a lot of hard work, but start now. Don't wait. Finish 2025 with a bang.
The whole world might go bang too. We have to see.
Okay, so look, I didn't want to say this. I think some things are going to happen.
You think I didn't want to say some things?
All right, so I think that first of all, financially, I think there's going to be some not financial advice. Everybody, I think the Fed is going to cut interest rates next month, which means the stock market will start to boom.
Oh.
So if you have a couple of shekels, buy some VU, buy some VTI, and thank me later.
Okay.
Then there's some rumors about some big stuff happening at the end of the year. That's all on the conspiracy stuff. I'm not going to get into, but just everybody enjoy life. That's all I'm going to tell you. Enjoy life.
We do have one more topic because my pal Crazy Joe is here. Joe, I do want to visit you again. I got to contact you, but I don't know if the RetroCon's going to work out. I got so much still going on, and I still owe you for some tapes. But you are completely wrong, bro. VOD, you do make money. You do not have the numbers. I'm calling you out, bro, because I love the theater too, but you just don't have all the information. You don't have the information, and this is not the 1990s or the early 2000s. There are a lot of consumers out there, case in point, Brian, a lot of people that bought Superman on VOD. It's #1 on Apple TV. I'm sure you're going to get all the headlines here. And if you really do the numbers, I don't have the proof here because the industry does not like to release VOD numbers because that's more direct consumer. You know, you have the theater numbers. You don't know. You know, when we say you don't know how much money it's making on VOD. There's people that are going to enjoy this movie this weekend. And I believe that it would make more money on VOD this weekend than it would if it just stayed in theater. And he just says wrong without any proof whatsoever. You don't know, Joe. They have all the algorithms in the industry. They have all these equations and math that once it gets to a certain point, you make more money on VOD because it's more direct to consumer than theater, where the percentage changes after 3 weeks. The theater makes more on the percentage. So they might get 20 million and it might be 60% going to the theater, you know, after 3 or 4 weeks, right?
I mean, and Joe is very defensive of the theater.
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
I don't think he wants to know the reality. I love you, Joe. But I think go ahead.
Why is it bad for theaters? That can help movies that are debuting this weekend too. You know?
I mean, look, here I think that the theater experience is going to become a niche thing, and the studios know this. And Joe is very much against anything less than the 90 days.
You're being a fanboy on it. I'm lovingly calling you a fanboy about it. I know you love the theater. You're not objective about this. There's money to be made. There's consumers to reach. Choice is good for the consumer. If the consumer supports it and doesn't pirate, I have no issue whatsoever. Would you, Voltaire, if you were in charge of the industry, would you care if there's a people that are going to support on VOD as long as they're not pirating? You don't give a crap, right?
No, I don't care. Look, but you know what I do? I embrace the future.
Yes.
You know, and these people, listen, everybody, don't think that the industry didn't see what happened with Napster. Okay, and what happened to the record industry. Okay, and how they tried to fight it. And they lost badly, and people lost money because they didn't embrace the future quick enough. You know what I mean? That lesson to entertainment media is not lost. And I'm telling you, that's how studios are looking at the
the record industry. Right. They look at that, what they did fighting, what you go to where the consumers want. You meet them as long as they're paying customers. You got to have a good strategy. I don't see any way you could justify keeping Superman in the theater 2 more weeks without dropping VOD because it's still top of mind in the entertainment news cycle and social media age and phones here. Things don't stay as relevant as they used to be, like for as long as they used to be. Joe is still stuck in the 90s or the early 2000s where people thought about Superman for 3 months. They're not going to think about Superman for 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Some people are going back to school too. This is the perfect time. Oh, I know.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know I know Scooter Crunch. I know you don't want to go back to school, but you know what we'll do for this weekend before you go to start school next week? We'll buy Superman. Oh, yay! You know, right? Scooter Crunch. His parents aren't going to take it back to the theater buying school clothes, but they'll buy a VOD to shut Scooter Crunch up for.
Right. And by the way, Scooter is excited about school. He's back with his friends, but maybe on a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon, he'll want to watch it. And his parents will pay for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Voltaire was right with Superman hitting digital. They're striking now. The iron is hot with Peacemaker.
Yeah. There you go.
You don't make money. You don't know, Joe. This is what's frustrating. You don't make more money by starving out of revenue. You're not starving it out. It's not like it was making 50 million this weekend. That's what this is the context that he's not including. All right, let's do our due diligence. I'm going to look up last week's box office for Superman, and then we'll get the whole picture, and you'll understand why. Because that's not why it's not because Peacemaker. Superman box office daily. Let's look at last weekend. See if I could find it. Let's get the true picture here. We're doing research here.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a little exchange with Joe about this on Twitter, and believe it or not, hashtag the main perpoid, little movie perp, agreed with me that they figured out that they're going to make more money on VOD while there's hype for the movie than they would keeping it in the theaters. Why else would they do it? Why would they do it that quickly?
Oh, this is going to mic drop Joe so hard when I bring up these numbers. Joe, I feel sorry. Hold on to your ass, bro. There is no way to justify it when it's getting this. This is last weekend. All right. Superman. Friday, 2 million. Saturday, 3 million. Sunday, 2.5 million. You cannot keep Superman in theaters making those numbers. Am I missing something, Voltaire?
So those numbers, I think, can be so. Here's the thing, Joe, and I'm asking Joe for real. I'm not attacking you, Joe. Do you really not think they can make those numbers on VOD?
Oh,
they can't make those numbers.
Way more than that. Way more than that. 2 million a day, and you want to keep it in theaters? Or I know what he's going to say. He's going to say it's because they announced the VOD date that all of a sudden it dropped. That's what he's going to say.
But they only announced the VOD date this week. Yeah. It dropped last week.
After they got those numbers in Monday morning. A lot of decisions in Hollywood are made Monday morning. Like, okay, what's the numbers? That's the first thing they look at Monday morning is the numbers.
Well, I would think they would. You're
too focused on okay, whatever. We're not gonna agree. I love you though.
Why can't you see Joe's comment is that people are to Joe's in fairness to Joe.
You can't. Okay, they're trained.
When there was a 90-day release, people didn't stop going to the theater because they didn't want to wait.
You can't box in Pandora's box. It's already open. People are already used to other things. You can't bring it back.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. So yeah, the 90-day release date is never coming back, Joe.
For some things, if it's Christopher Nolan, maybe.
I mean, if it's a director who can push it,
yes. Odyssey, IMAX, absolutely. It depends on the project. Not one size fits all.
Right. And you're right. Nolan's a good example. Nolan has the clout to tell the studio, "F you, I'm not coming to your studio if you're going to release my movie in 45 days on VOD. I want it in the theaters at least 90 days before you release it on VOD." Whatever.
But that's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but that'll be but again, that's back to my point, right? The theater going experience is going to become a niche thing for special occasions. That's the future.
All right. I think we've done our job here. Thank you for watching the mic drop. I appreciate everyone. I love you, Joe. You're just wrong, even though he says I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, you can't convince Joe otherwise, but that's fine. We love you.
I want you to have a good night, and we'll see. Okay. No, you don't get the whole picture because you're looking at Superman. Who gives a shit about Superman? This is the industry, not one film. You can't see. You're saying if they did an industry standard, that people would have to accept it. You sound like a scolding parent. You have to.
Well, no, but that's what Joe wants.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not hiding that. He wants F you, everybody. It's 90 days. You're not getting.
I'm going to end the stream, Crazy Joe. You said you don't want to be on my show anymore. Now you want a link. We'd be happy to have you on. Not when I'm ending though. But I didn't know you want to be on my show anymore.
Joe, by the way, Joe, I resent that we're scared to send the link to anybody. We're not scared of anybody.
No, we'd be happy to revisit this conversation. It's just,
but you see that even though, despite your negative connotation that I'm going to make fools of you, Okay. Like, we don't have discussions like that. If we're wrong,
not at the end of the show. I got to get my clip outs.
Well, no, we stop at 2 hours. That's standard procedure.
Yeah. But I wish you the best. And I would love to revisit this topic with you, Joe, for sure. All right. Have a good night, everyone. And Voltaire.
Good night and good luck, everyone.